This is an issue that has been long-standing and ongoing, and so many folks right here in Red Deer have been doing a great job advocating on behalf of the hospital. The problem is that the government just isn't listening. We've seen just recently the infrastructure priority list, and again, Red Deer has been left off that list. We've seen continued mismanagement and lack of action from the current government, and we want Albertans and Central Albertans to know that your healthcare needs are equally as important to those in the large cities, which we see the NDP government continually making the real priority for them. This isn't about politics, this is about what's doing right. And doing right for Central Albertans.
Because my office is located in Sylvan Lake, I get a lot of people from Red Deer that will come out to our office in Sylvan Lake. And there's two predominant concerns that I've been hearing from them. Number one is, why is Red Deer and Central Region here being left off the priority list, but not just that list, but priorities in general by this government? And some of the people from Red Deer are a little miffed that we have two NDP MLAs right here in Red Deer that don't seem to be advocating on their behalf. So we do get people from Red Deer that will all, drive out to Sylvan Lake, to our office, to have us take care of whatever those needs are that they may have. So we're a little bit concerned about that situation. And of course, the neglect of Central Region in general is of significant concern. And it was really highlighted during the urgent care issue in Sylvan Lake. If you recall, the people in Sylvan Lake have been fighting for urgent care for almost a dozen years now. That group of people in Sylvan Lake fought hard for urgent care. We raised it in the House continually since the time that I was elected, and we finally got it, but it was like we had to pry it out of the government. What came to our attention during that whole issue was how difficult it was to get the government's attention on what are potentially life-threatening situations in Central Alberta. Then, of course, there was the report from the doctors in Red Deer regarding catheterization here. Again, another life-threatening issue, and yet it seems like you have to pry it out of this government for them to pay attention to it, whereas if the people in Calgary need something or the people in Edmonton need something, no problem, here it is, away you go. And why do we have to beg and plead here in Central Alberta for things that we need for our very lives? It just doesn't make any sense. People are very angry, and our job as elected people are to take these issues to the legislature. It's unfortunate that the two NDP MLAs here aren't doing that, but we're here and we're doing it. Central Alberta seems to not be front and center for governments here. And I don't have a magic answer why. Is it because we don't have a big voter base here? Is it because the city of Edmonton and Calgary are able to muster more noise? I really don't have an answer for that, but it has to change. We are all Albertans. We are all paying taxes. We all have a right to the same level of care.
Why has it been left out for so many years? I think part of it is just the reality of the fact that many of the leading players, many of the bureaucrats, live in the urban areas, and they're just not aware of the needs out here. And so that's what we're trying to do, is create awareness. I think that it is a little bit politics too. There's more votes in many respects, so more seats in the urban areas. And so again, we get overlooked, we get left out. I'm not going to say that those are necessarily false, but I think they're realities that we have to experience, and so therefore it's important that we advocate, and that's what we're doing, and that's what we're going to continue to do. It's also important to make clear that it is a regional issue. It's not just about Red Deer Hospital. The other hospitals in the area are also concerned and are working together on this. This is a voice of an expanded area. There's a lot of people being affected here, and I think that the government just needs to be made aware of the fact that these people need to be treated like full and equal citizens when it comes to health care.